Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing MekHQ. We are picking up the continuing adventures of the Challenger Deep. When last we left off, we had just finished routing the pirates on Pliska. We had just started a fresh month. There's a new contract market that we're not interested in because even though we have routed the enemy, we're still most of 3 months away from the end of the contract, and we're going to abuse that a little bit. The unit market, likewise, doesn't have a whole lot that interests us because we only have basically our starting funds of just over $1 million. We could pick up a VTOL with some machine guns. We would probably only be using that for scouting, because with these armor values, we really wouldn't afford to be able to give it combat. Also, we have no one to fly or maintain it, so we did get these 5 bonus parts that we're planning on using. I actually have some notes as to what I would like to do with those. We gained some XP randomly at the beginning of the month. We got paid. We bought a Savannah Master. I had forgotten that. Yeah, we were looking at doing something with this Orion, this primitive Orion. And again, we might end up using some bonus parts to turn that into a regular Orion, which would be much more beneficial, because right now we had lost our Battle Master, which was our big boy. We still have a Warhammer and an Archer. At 195 tons, if we added an Orion to that, we'd be at 270, which is pretty close to the top of a Heavy Lance, which is a good place to be. We have also added our Savannah Master to our Field Gunners so that it can scout for them. We've only done 2 missions, and that first one was rough. Oof. We're over balance on our salvage budget. Here is Pliska. We are just kind of southwest of Terra, galactically speaking. We have 2 administrators, 2 aerospace pilots, but unfortunately no VTOL pilots. 2 doctors and a mechanic, 4 mech techs, 3 mech warriors. 1 is MIA, we had decided. That is Treshnu. And we would very much like to get her back if we could. So we might be GMing up a mission or a series of missions to go and retrieve her and get her back on the team. We have Field Gunners, Vehicle, 3 mechs. We've got a handful of spare parts, but not a whole lot. Everyone is healed and fixed, and we are pretty much ready to start skipping ahead. I don't think anything is going to interest us on the day-to-day for the next month because the enemy is routed. They're not going to present any missions at all. But let's see, we can cancel this. Yeah, I think what I would like to do is purchase engines. We're looking for a 300 fusion. Not clan, not vehicle. We're looking for 75 tons. And we're going to use our bonus part because we cannot afford that. Why do we still have 5 bonus parts? Did that not? What's going on here? Purchase parts. 300 fusion. 75. Use bonus part. Use. No. I mean, do we need to turn on GM mode? Alright. Third time's the charm. Huh? How did that come out like that? Okay, so if it won't let us use a bonus part this time, we'll just remember that we're short a bonus part. We also wanted weapons, autocannon 10. It'll let us buy, so that's cool. Oh yeah, we earned an XP. So how about that? And we also wanted this, which more XP. Oh my goodness. Hikari Ono, you are advancing rapidly. Oh, that is actually enough. What do administrators use edge on? Acquisition checks only. Alright, well, there's a freebie. And now that we have those parts, we can choose a refit kit, and we wanted, I believe it was the V. No, I think it was the K with more armor at the expense of one of those SRMs. And do we need to wait for those parts to come in? Those expensive parts, those will both be in tomorrow. So what we're gonna do, of course, we're not going to leave you unmaintained. Chris, you can work on that along with everything else because you're my only veteran. We've got parts, and now, and that was the K. All we need is ammo bins, which for some reason are completely free. So we don't have to pay for those, or I believe wait for those. And I mean, pretty much everyone is guaranteed to take longer than standard. So yeah, because we're swapping out all of the armor and the cockpit and all those things. We're just gonna have to take our time on that. That is interesting. Ammo bins, maybe. Refit kit will arrive in 12 days. What are we waiting on for 12 days? I don't have 12 days. Actually, I do. But I mean, it's gonna take a while anyways. Maintenance on the Archer. Mostly not good. No personnel market this week. Maybe I should slow down on that a little bit. We've got another green aerospace pilot. We already have 2 and we don't have any fighters, so we're gonna skip on that. And we're just gonna go a week at a time. Received ammo, refitting. Oh, that's gonna be forever. 25,000 minutes. That's 480 minutes a day. That's almost 1,000 minutes every 2 days. So yeah, that's the better part of 2 months worth of work. We've got maintenance report, which I just see red. That's not good. Refit kit, personnel market. Okay. Armor. Yeah, I can't wait until I get to a planet with better facilities. Ooh, we've got a green mech warrior. yeah, I think he's worth having around. So now we've got 4 mech warriors. We'll be able to move all of our pilots around once we get this Orion finished refitting. We'll be able to add that to the lance. We'll have the new guy piloting the Wolverine. Which, yeah, I'm cool with that. So we can go another week. And all that happens is refitting. We're down to 19,500 minutes. And we've got some field gunners available. We already have 2 autocannon 10 field gunners. Yeah, I think, not unit. We wanted personnel market. We're gonna add some range to our guns. And let's go ahead. We can turn you, you're a recruit. You're going to be a master sergeant. Is that everyone that needs a rank? Administrators are civilians, doctors are civilians, mech techs. Okay, wait. Is this backwards? I think you should be a sergeant since you're a veteran. And you should be a corporal since you're not. And you should then also be a corporal. Okay. Now, one thing that I particularly like to do for my infantry is I like to turn them all, well, not you. I like to turn them all into privates so that when they gain a bunch of XP, I can just easily skim through the list. Though we'll see how that goes here in the next few days, actually. We also want to add you to there, which then makes you a full-fledged lance now with 4 units. Okay, so that's all that's going on this week. We're just counting down the days. Maintenance on the Savannah Master. It would click for me. Not good. Medium laser just got down a peg. And then tomorrow will be monthly. Proserpina rebels seek revenge for Draconis war crimes. Interesting. We'll check on that in a second. Contract market, unit market. We still have all of June and most of July on this contract. I think it'll be worth sticking around just for the treachery from our employer. Giovanna Alexander, not enough XP to do anything with. Hikari Ono, you just got Edge. Bunch of privates and master sergeants. Lieutenant, you can be a better pilot now, which is something you desperately need. Private, and okay, corporal working on the Orion. Earned 500,000, minus 100,000-ish. Okay, so Proserpina rebels. Following the unsuccessful uprisings on Galadon last year, the citizens of Proserpina have demanded that Draconis Combined Forces turn over anyone responsible for the massacre of civilians that occurred last year during the Freedom Marches. So far, there has been no word on the capabilities of the rebel groups, or if they intend to stage violent military actions against the Combine leaders. So there is, I wonder actually how far we are from Proserpina. P-R-O-S-E-R. Yeah, Proserpina. halfway across the galaxy, but it's a significant distance. So that isn't really going to affect us too much. Enemy morale is still rout, so there won't be any missions for another month. So we will finish that Orion. Maybe July they'll have some more gumption, but for right now they don't. And I think, well, let me do this from Monday. We've got a personnel market, a regular admin command. Only cost us about 1,000 C-bills to hire him. And now we have 3 administrators, which will be handy when we start needing to order lots of parts. Maintenance on the Archer. Head is bad. Left torso is good. LRM is good. Cockpit is good. Okay, well, that'll be easier if we ever have to repair the cockpit because it got critted on, which unfortunately would mean we lost a pilot. And should have the work done on the Orion by the end of the month. So we are going to advance another week, in which absolutely nothing happens, not even a personnel market. So we can do another week. Let's check out the maintenance report on this Wolverine. And we've got a personnel market. Engine improved, cool. Nothing got worse, so I'm happy about that. Oh my goodness, and a MekHQ. We are snatching those up. As a matter of fact, as soon as we're off contract, maybe we'll start. Oh wait, if we're gonna be off contract soon, we're not gonna have a chance to rescue Petra. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. Another week of nothing except a new personnel market. A regular mech warrior, which we would like to have, but he comes with a really terrible and fragile mech with no firepower. And he would want to stay in that mech if possible. And if you'll notice, I don't have any light mechs in my starting lance because when I was doing playtesting, I found that light mechs were pretty much impossible to keep the arms and legs on. So maybe once we have more mechs and we can rotate them as we put the arms and legs back on them, we can start dealing with light mechs. But in the meantime, I think we're gonna pass on that guy, which is sad because we really could use a 4th mech. As a backup, if nothing else, because Lord knows we really don't want a lance with 215 tons. That would put us at the very bottom of a heavy lance, and that would be a pretty severe disadvantage. I've got 6,000 minutes there. Let's do another week, see where this goes. Maintenance on the Savannah Master. No new personnel market. Let's see. And bad news. The maintenance on vehicles and mechs is always going to be bad news until we get an elite or we get somewhere where we've got better. Oh, it's almost the end of the month. Better facilities. Wait, did I calculate that wrong? I thought we'd have the Orion done by the end of June. July has arrived. New contract market, new unit market, and the enemy is still routed. Although there will be a special mission this month. That is interesting. I think I'm gonna try to use that. I just hope it doesn't land on the last 5 days of the month. We'll have to extend the contract. Is there any cheap units available? There's a Scorpion or some Vedettes. What is a Goblin got? A large laser. A Thumper. That could really come in handy on... Well, I I mean, we could just about afford that. We could. It's expensive. It's a 10% markup. But artillery could be really useful. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and leave ourselves in a bad way for that. But we're going to do it. Artillery is the best. Doodles. And we're going to hire somebody. Claire Hedon or Hedon. Okay, let's start here. Vehicle commanders get to be sergeants. You also have... So one of our gunners is the commander, and we're gonna have... Y'all can be corporals. So yeah. Is it time to add a new unit, or do we just add this to the field gunners? I think we're going to, like that. We're going to add our brand new heavy tank, and we can, let's see, the thumper real quick. Is a wheeled vehicle, so we'll use that for our icon. Not a drone, not hover, vehicle wheeled. Yeah, we want it. We'll go with that one. And you are, are you a fire team or are you an individual? Let's call you a fire team. Artillery tube. Okay, let's, there we go, that looks better. Alphanumerics, you're gonna be C, and we're going with the low series. You're not C3, you're not headquarters. We will make you Draconis Combine Red. Alright, we have an artillery fire team. And you don't need to be on the TONE right now. Not yet. Let's see, people got XP. The Orion should be done in like 5 days. Wait, are you taking longer because... MekHQ? No, Chris is our maintenance person. You're just doing the refit. Right? B. Yeah. You're not doing anything but refitting in Orion. Oh, but there's going to be a roll. It's going to be like another 2 months. We are not going to have that in time for our mission. Not on a 13. So you already have XP. We're going to spend that. So now you're a regular. Cool. You're almost as good as my original. Who else has XP they need to spend? Doesn't look like anybody at this point. It's probably not even showing up because I don't even have anything. Alright. Well, it looks like that's all we've got for this week. Oh, we've got maintenance on the Warhammer. Show me the bad news. Armor and the center torso. That's not good. And the gyro. Those are both now going to be harder to fix when they get damaged, and that's not a good thing because they're very expensive and or impossible to replace. Armor, don't care. Right torso, right arm, armor. Alright. Okay, groovy. the 6. It's a good thing I didn't put my good person on that. So, yeah, that's going to be like another month or 2. Now it's Monday. We can start doing week to week. Refit. War declaration from Taurian Concordat. Let's go ahead and check that out. And we've got an ace duel occurring on the 14th. That is today. Maintenance on the Wolverine. Still working on that. Orion. This is a Taurian Public Broadcasting breaking news alert. Frederick Gunston on site here at an emergency meeting of the leaders of the TDF and other senior governmental officials. We are anticipating an announcement from the Marshal of the IV Corps, 4 Corps, here in a moment. Wait, the message is coming through now. A state of war now exists between the Taurian Concordat and the Federated Commonwealth. A recent attack has left several dozen civilian casualties, and their blood is on the hands of the mercenaries and their Davian puppeteers. We will not stand idle as forces kill our people indiscriminately with brutality unseen since the fall of the Star League. Our forces are on full military alert, and as of today, all Davian forces in Taurian space will be considered hostile if they do not immediately surrender. We will have justice for our fallen. All civilians on worlds near the Commonwealth border are encouraged to practice there. As we can see, the situation has quickly escalated. If you or any of your family members live on those worlds, we encourage you to seek out your nearest shelter and assist those who cannot. This has been a Taurian Public Broadcasting breaking news alert. Well, Taurians are out on the periphery. If memory serves, I think. Is this them? Yes. So they're way over here, we're over here. Not too much to worry about. Let's check out maintenance report on the Wolverine. Armor, laser, jump jet, SRM, laser. I mean, at least we're maintaining them, right? Briefing room. An ace duel for today. Use the TO&E to deploy a single unit to this scenario. Destroy, cripple, or force the withdrawal of 100% of the enemy forces. Ensure that 100% of individual units survive. Winner controls the battlefield. It's on a fairly small map. Daylight, clear weather, flatland, savannah. Now, if I bring a light mech, that's what it's showing me here. If I bring a light mech, they're going to bring an enforcer, which has an autocannon 10 and a large laser. I'm not going to be bringing a light mech. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring my best person in my smallest mech, which is a medium. So we're going to oust you from the Wolverine momentarily, and we will put our ace pilot in the Wolverine. And we are going to deploy the unit to the ace duel. And now we're up against a rifleman. A rifleman 3N is a substantial mech. It's got a 5-ton advantage on us, but it's overgunned and under-armored, and it doesn't have enough heat sinks, and it has ammunition explosion issues, right? It has... okay, it only has 1 ton of ammo, and it's in the center torso, which is gonna make it tricky to hit. But on the other hand, he's only got 9 points total on his head, so I feel pretty confident in our ability to take him down. There's a better view of the mech. He's only got 120 armor out of a possible 200 for his weight class, so he's only at 60% coverage. He's not going to be able to use both of these large lasers. He's barely going to be able to use the medium lasers because he only has 10 heat sinks. Now, with higher tech, this mech becomes absolutely outstanding. You put double heat sinks on it, You have to find a way to add armor. There are really good variants of that mech, and it feels a little cheaty because our battle value is more than twice his, but I'm not complaining. I will take it, and I will take your salvage too if I can. So, fairly small map. It's actually a little bigger than I had realized, but it's very much flat and yeah, there is nowhere to hide. We're going to start. We might as well just deploy front and center. And we are going to annihilate this guy. We definitely want to get in close. His autocannons have... Yeah, he's got autocannon 5s, which have better range than my large laser and everything else. So we're just gonna charge full speed, and it looks like he's doing the same. We can, for an opening shot, an 9 is not bad. Well, he's out of range of everything else. And we, oh my goodness, we got a through armor crit on our first shot, destroyed his searchlight and a medium laser, on top of trimming his right torso armor down to half. Everyone is heat neutral at this point, and we win initiative, which probably isn't going to make too much of a difference. Don't know if I want to get into melee distance with him, because he does do more damage on a punch or a kick. Or a kick, at least. I think his lack of arm actuators hinders his ability to punch, but a kick would be pretty devastating. For him, it would do 12 points of damage. We've got 19 armor on the leg, so we could take 1 or 2, but after that, we would be crippled, and I don't think I want to do that. We get the same amount of evasion for moving 7 hexes as we would for 8. His autocannons would be less effective if we closed in, but only by 1 point each, and he hasn't fired them yet, probably because he didn't have a shot. Yeah, I think that is the move. What have you got? You've got a large laser on a 9 and an autocannon on an 11. I probably would have fired a medium laser instead of the autocannon, but maybe he's trying to preserve his heat. We're going to, on a 4, we're going to fire everything. That puts us at 6 heat over, which will slow us down to his speed. But for those shots, oh, I know we're going to get something good. If that large laser hits his side torso again, we're internal. He missed, and we hit him in the leg, the right torso, and the head, forcing a consciousness check, but it's the first one, so it's easy. We are now at heat, and he is not. We win initiative. Oh. What is your armor actually looking like? Mostly intact-ish. We could... Yeah, if we can get into kicking distance from behind him, where he flipped his arms, didn't he? Yep, and he needs 6s and 9s. Versus our 3. Maybe not the large laser this turn. 3 and 5. Oh yeah, we've got the laser specialist in the cockpit. But even still, on a 5, that's pretty much guaranteed. And with those medium lasers, hopefully we'll have some holes in his back armor. So yeah, let's seek some crits. He tags me in the arm and the leg. Armor is still holding, 10 and 14. We got him in the arm and in the rear left torso. And And then the missiles followed up to his center torso and his other medium laser. So that is nice. And we can also kick him on a 3 to the leg for 11 points, 1 armor remaining. Forced a piloting check, but not a difficult one. And we've got our heat under control. So we'll be moving full speed next round. We win initiative again. And now we don't even need to run to get in your back. Oh, this doesn't feel fair. So he's got me on a 6 with his large laser. I think we'll hold off on our large laser as well this turn again and see if we can't do some more damage to his back. He attacks me in the right torso, 12 armor remaining, 7 armor remaining because he got me twice. We're still getting into that left torso rear with both of our lasers taking off his left arm and transferring damage to his center torso. We're internal on his right leg. No crits there. We did crit his engine, and we stripped his right torso rear. So he is going to be generating an extra 5 heat this turn, which he was not planning on. And we kick him again on a 2 because we walked this turn. We destroyed that right leg. He is prone. Takes 6 damage. 5 to the arm, transfers to the torso, transfers to the center. Forced another consciousness check, which is getting more difficult. He barely passed this one. But he is not going to be standing up after this. He is dead in the water. And he ejects. Yeah. Alright. So we can fluff this. I think I'm going to declare that what happened here was the leader of the pilots challenged my commander to a duel. And in exchange, he offered to give us back our lead pilot, maybe for a ransom. I would be willing to ransom elite pilot price for my veteran pilot back. Murdoch did not get hurt. We could have this. It's only missing a leg and a side torso and a cockpit. How much? Oh, that puts us at 98%. But you know what? Yeah, I don't think there's any repercussion for going over at this point, and we know for a fact this is the last mission of the contract. If they do deduct the difference from our pay, we might go negative, especially after we ransom Petra back. But I think it's worth it for most of a rifleman. I guess he escaped. I'm not going to force the issue, but we are definitely going to claim that kill for the XP. Objectives complete. Scenario victory points in hand. Salvage in the repair bay. Needs a lot of work, but yeah, we did not take a whole heck of a lot of damage from that. Oh, you're still in the field. I wish there was a way to tell the game where each unit was located and just have it automatically return there, but after a mission it always wants to put you in the field for some reason. Needs 4 rolls of 6, needs 5 rolls of 4. Come on, Chris. Needs 4 rolls of 3. Twice. Loney, you're gonna to spend some time on that and get it on to 3. So we're going to have an Orion in a while. We've got a rifleman, which needs some parts that we might not actually be able to afford. We can get ammo. We can get a leg for 14,000. The cockpit, I'll get back to you on that. Let's go ahead and order an actuator for that and that. And a left torso for 14,000. We can use a bonus part for that. Wait, didn't we have, what just happened? Did we lose money on that? That cost us money. I thought bonus parts were free. Well, isn't that a bummer? And then, let's see. How much would we pay? Am I even on the right page to find out how much we would pay to ransom a pilot? I don't think we are. Contract generation, campaign system, prisoner defection. Okay, prisoners. Prisoners should be ransomed for these values. 150,000 is what I said I was willing to do, and I am willing to do that. We are going to enable GM mode. We're going to add funds. We're going to add negative 150,000. That is going to be a ransom. And that is and we are so broke now. We might have to take out a loan before the next contract just to get us there, depending on the terms. And we are all personnel. Trash now. We are going to use GM mode. We're not editing injuries. Change status. Yes. Petra Avidan is now an active mech warrior again. A badly wounded one. Well, a bruise, some cuts. Oh no. No. That will not do. What can we do here? This is, I mean, I don't mind the time or the damage. Sprain, broken. Yes, I would. And the concussion is going to be a couple weeks, but we have time. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to lose one of my best mech warriors to a random injury. Not like that. Not when I've already cheated to keep her alive in the first place. So, contract ends in 12 days. I mean, technically we've routed them already. What else? I don't think there was anything else we need. Well, we have repairs still. We have a veteran who can start working on that. We like that to be a 4, so that's gonna take a bit. We've got some armor to fix. These are all gonna be 6s, aren't they? Left arm, we know that's gonna be a bear. Engine, we can actually get our new tech on that. Got a left torso and a right leg in transit. How else are we looking? We've got actuators on order. We've got the cockpit. We definitely don't want to break it putting it in, so we're going to have our veteran do that. We're going to have probably our veteran do that. We can... You're working pretty well for us so far, so we can get you to start on that for tomorrow. How does this look? On a 6? No, I think we want that medium laser. We do not have enough spares of anything. So let's go ahead and select all of our armor repairs. Yeah, that's all of them. And just double the time on all of these, because we're probably going to have regulars doing it, and we don't have the armor to spare, and we don't have the money to buy more armor. So the woes of starting off with a brand new, freshly minted mercenary unit with nothing to their name. So it's looking more and more like a rifleman. We're still missing a couple lasers and some other stuff and some pretty major parts, but we're getting there. Main thing is that our only veteran tech is the only one who can even try to do some of these repairs, and she's already spending more than half of each day just doing maintenance. So everything else is just going to take that much longer. Yeah, we can... Okay, so armor not fixed, but not irreplaceable. That was the left leg. Yeah, Hurst, you've been doing good work so far. On a 4, and you're spending almost 200 minutes a day, so that's going to be about a week. On a 5, do we have a medium laser to spare? We have exactly 1 medium laser to spare, in addition to this one here, which is busted. We have Doodles. You can start working on that. And what happens if we do this? We bring that down to a 5. It'll take all day, but we've got all day. So yeah, we can afford to do that on a 5. Okay, yeah. I guess since that's being worked on in the warehouse, it's not available in the repair bay. Interesting, I did not know it was like that. Is there anything else we can do? We've got Maloney. Those are being worked on. Those aren't in yet. Yep, that is it for today. Okay, so the leg came in, some ammo came in. Didn't fix the medium laser, but didn't break it either, so that's cool. We did fix our spare medium laser, thanks Doodles. And Corporal Kadar fixed our actuator, which means we should be able to install that now. Maybe. Yeah, replacement part available. Oh, this is in the leg that hasn't been installed yet. Of course. On an 8. Oh, that's gonna be one for the veteran. We can do that. Loney on a 5. Made it. Nice. Leg is going away. The arm is going away. Torso is going away. I'm gonna want to spend extra time on that, but replacing actuators should be pretty easy. The only thing we're waiting on now is our veteran, I believe. Still working on the cockpit, still refitting the Orion. 600 minutes on that, so like another 3 days at least, maybe 4. I wish it was possible to spend more than 4 times. Yep, that's just gonna take forever. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, 26th. So foot actuator arrived. We don't have a leg to put it on. Still working on the cockpit, still refitting the Orion. Fox's teeth take a bite out of Big Mac. Is that a sandwich? On MekHQ. In response to an attack last year, the forces of McKinnon's raiders have devastated McCarran's armored cavalry on MekHQ. The attack is said to have damaged several facilities belonging to the MAC, and the Capellan government has announced that they will be funding the rebuilding of the unit in response to the Davian aggression. Casualty reports are incomplete, but it is reported that at least a company of battle mechs and several dozen vehicles were destroyed, along with Fort McCarran. Forces on both sides of the border are at a heightened state of alert as the fallout from this revenge attack settles into diplomacy. Where is MekHQ, I wonder? Okay. So pretty far south from where we are, galactically speaking. How much longer on that cockpit? 95 minutes, and then we can start working on the leg, and then after that is the torso. We need to have somebody maintaining that. Who have we got? Not our veteran, sadly. Shasa, sure. We got the cockpit in on an 8. Way to go, Chris. And now, might as well just get started on the leg. On a 7. Another spare would be 14,000. I think we'll wait. If we need it, we'll buy it, but we're not at a point financially where we can just throw money around like that. Green Soldier, Flamer Foot Platoon. That smells like war crimes. I think I'll pass for now. Not really interested in Flamer infantry. Maybe a fire starter, but not infantry. Working on the leg, left torso came in. Working on the leg, working on the refit. Torso is literally the only other thing we can do, and that's an 8 with any of our other techs. We did get the leg on. Cool, so that's going to give our other people something to do. And it'll give us a tech that we can start working on the torso on. We're trying to advance you. 6. And some actuators on 5s. Do we want to spend more time on that? Yeah, we can't afford to be buying actuators. At least a 4. That way it's impossible to break it. He still barely made it. Jeez. And then I guess Shasa, because you get more XP. Okay, Rifleman still not in fighting form, but I mean at least it'll stand on its own now, right? 17,000 on the refit. Left torso in progress. Left torso still in progress. Was it the 26th? It was the 26th. So this contract is officially over. We can complete mission. Outcome of success because we do have a positive contract score. We didn't otherwise fail the mission. Even though it was only 3 battles, felt like more than that. Definitely took more out of us than the 3 battles worth. So we need to start. Oh, there is no other contract to accept. We'll give it till the end of the month. If nothing comes up, we'll use GM mode, which, how does that keep getting turned on? I know you're probably like, oh, you turned it on like a couple minutes ago, but to me it feels like I try to have it off most of the time. It's gonna take another try on that torso. Yes, Chris, you're going to do it sooner or later. Personnel market, ultra green aerospace pilot with a cheetah, which is a 25-tonner with 3 lasers. Just can't do it. Not with 100,000 C-bills in the bank. As a matter of fact, come the 1st, we're gonna be even more hurting. We're gonna have personnel salaries coming out of that. So, still working on that left torso. Still working on the Orion. Maintenance on the Savannah Master. Medium laser is down to E now. Jeez. I mean, I don't even know if I could take it out and put in a better one. Oh man, we need money. Thumper is getting maintained, and of course the stabilizer is going bad. Engine's getting better, so it's not terrible. We did get the left torso on that rifleman finally, which means we can start putting the arm back on. At least that's only a 5, and it won't take 960 minutes. That's still about 3 days worth of work. I have Veronica do the laser. Okay, I'll have Loney do the laser. I'll have Shasa do the laser tomorrow. I thought something seemed weird. Give me just 1 second. Is it here? Display options. Autosave muted. No. Save miscellaneous. No. Maybe it's here. Repair and maintenance. Yeah, sweet. Is that the one I want? I think that's the one I want. Yeah, because normally when I look at this, there'd be like a couple of reds over here. So, new month, new you. New contracts. Okay. I know I just turned it off. We're turning it back on. Anything interesting here? Galleon, Scorpion, Saladin for 35% off? I mean, we can't afford it, but it's normally 900. We could get it for 6. Sadly, there's just nothing we can do there. A bunch of privates got a bunch of XP and a sergeant. Oh, a thumper sergeant. Maintenance on the archer. Armor is bad. Engine is good. Well, back up to C, at least. So it's an improvement. Still working on the left arm. We got the medium laser in. Still refitting the Orion. You cannot afford to pay payroll costs. How? Wait. How much is our payroll? Okay, how much was our payroll last month? Salary 96.6. Well, okay. I guess we'd be a little more short than that, but I didn't realize we were paying 100,000 a month in salary. I thought we were closer to like 50 or 60. I guess we're starting to become more of a burgeoning mercenary unit. I love this message from the devs. Lucky for you, personnel morale is not yet implemented. Alright, I don't see any way around it. We're going to have to get a loan. The Concordat Bank and Trust, I guess. Sure, works for me. Principal. Is there? Yeah. We don't need 10 million. We can't afford 10 million, but we can do 1 million. That'll keep us running for a little bit. Collateral for 15% APR, 40% collateral, paying off monthly. Our first payment will be due October 1st, so that gives us August, September, October. So 2 months, but then it'll cost us almost as much as our salaries. What happens if we bump up the collateral? No, okay, the APR goes down if we put up more for collateral. How much collateral can we put up? We have 63 million in assets, but half of that is in mechs. Half of that is in infantry. We do not have more value in our infantry than we do in our mechs. That has got to be a glitch. What is going on here? The details? Value. Why are these field gunners 24 million C-bills? It's just a pair of autocannon 10s. Is there a way? I mean, can we sell it for that much? Oh, we can't. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. That is absolutely cheating. There is no way 2 autocannon 10s and 28 guys is worth that many millions of C-bills. So 1 year loan, paying back monthly, starting in October. Oh, right. We're not taking out 9 million or 10 million. Oh, and this time it's from the Federated Employees Union. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, but I kind of feel like we have to. Where were we? Yeah. We just copy and paste. I guess we can't just copy and paste. We'll round that up to 100,000. Sound fair? Alright, so minus 100,000, and that's for payroll, salary payments. Okay, so after the $1 million influx, minus 100,000 leaves us with 991. But at least I can be confident that my personnel morale is not impacted. So we turned on GM mode so that we could do this. I'm going to give us 5 missions to choose from, which doesn't seem excessive to me. But I might spend just a little bit choosing the right one. Cadre duty for 4 months could be an easy gig. 40% salvage, 20% transport. How much is the transport? 400,000, so significant. Advance money would be 2 million. I mean, we can pay off our loan with that. Guerrilla warfare, 80% salvage, 100% straight support, 50% transport. Against green enemies and C-rated mechs for 6 months, but we would have no access to parts or equipment because it's a guerrilla mission. Recon raid, objective raid, you know what? 10% salvage, and that's exchange only. We're not interested in that one. 10% salvage is not attractive, but it does pay 23 million for 5 months versus 9 million for 4. That pays really well. Oh, decisions. Let's take a look at where each of these is. Remember, we're trying to move generally northward to be... we're trying to be up in this area when the clans invade. So... and I done lost my place. That was... Okay, let's check out Dubé. Where's Dubé? Oh, it's kind of packed in there. And it's 2 jumps away, in relatively the right direction. Where is Callison? Pretty much right there as well. Where is Orenson? That is in entirely the wrong direction. I mean, I was already kind of on the fence about guerrilla warfare, but I think we can remove that one now. And finally, Elnath, which is also kind of in the wrong direction. So I think it really comes down to objective rate or cadre duty. Regular enemies in D-rated mechs or green enemies in F-rated mechs. Now, it's my understanding that F-rated mechs are supposed to be the best. So I try to steer towards F-rated mechs when I see them for salvage. But honestly, it kind of seems like it doesn't make that much of a difference, or if it does, maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. Maybe I don't know what makes a good mech as far as opponents go. It does pay substantially better, but it's got diddly squat for salvage, even if they did have good mechs. So I think we're gonna go pull 4 months of cadre duty against the Free Worlds League on Callison. Because, I mean, I know it's a lot less money, 23 million compared to 9 million, but, I mean, our advance would be twice what we just borrowed, so they're both a huge step up from what we're our current position. There's nowhere to go but up, so we're going to accept that. We're going to calculate a jump path, 2 jumps, and we're going to begin transit. And while we could pay off our debt right now, I don't think we're going to, because we still have to pay those transport costs. I don't remember how much our transport is being covered, probably 50% or less. And each jump is probably going to be 200,000 C-bills, so we'll wait until we land. But now we have a little bit of money. Not enough to be worth buying a Saladin, though. Alright, we're in transit. We are status is all I wanted. Okay, we're all loaded up in transport bays. Let's see, so we're looking for September 7th, so a little over a month from now. It's being worked on. Go ahead and do that. So the only thing that's wrong with this mech right now is that the arm is not attached to the body. Everything else is fine, just fine. We still have basically no spare parts, including armor. We definitely need to buy, I think, about 8 batches of armor. That's like 500,000 C-bills right there. But we're gonna need that. it's a worthy investment. So there's still our map. T-money. Wait, why is no one in the Sealy camp? Oh, right. Because our elite mech warrior took over someone else's ride. You're gonna be in the Warhammer. We've got the rifleman. We've got Wolverine. Alright, so all of our original people are assigned, although not all of them in their original mechs. That rifleman is a huge step down from the Battlemaster that Petra was originally in. Speaking of which, so we've still got a broken leg there. And that is going to be another 10 days, which that'll happen in transit. Did we? Where did these guys go? Oh, we're on all personnel again. We fired those guys, and they're still on the list. Is there anything else? We could buy a 4th point of edge, or we could save up for gunnery or piloting, but those are going to be 40 and 60 respectively. Edge we could get right now. Get a point of negotiation for what that's worth. Could invest in. We could invest in a new skill. We could make him a doctor with no experience. Yeah, I think edge is just too valuable. And since we've got 4 points, we can go ahead and enable through armor crits on that as well. In my practice game, I had a Battlemaster got its leg blown off by a through armor crit that rolled a 12. So when I've got the edge to spare, I do try to enable that, but if I don't have the edge to spare, there are more important things, like ammo explosions and KO rolls. So we are in transit to Callison on planet. Is there anything else we need to do before we start getting underway? Okay, Petra's still hurt. Rifleman's still missing an arm, but otherwise, y'all should be okay. Are you a 3-6 right now? Because, yeah, normally a 3-4, but a +2. For another 10 days, which, not a bad thing. We'll be on the ship. I feel like I'm forgetting something. So if it seems like I'm stalling, I apologize. I'm just trying to make sure I've got everything in order. 2 jumps, we've got the money for that. That'll be healed. Everyone's XP is spent. Refitting the Orion and mothball the Archer. Ooh. Would we rather have the Archer? We could run 2 Archers instead of the Rifleman. The Archers have more armor, same speed, and arguably better guns. Do we want to mothball the Rifleman? Yeah, I think we're going to do that a little bit differently. I think we're going to have 2 Archers, but we're going to wait until the Rifleman is fixed, and then we're going to mothball it. And that's going to take a couple of days. Yeah. Alright, I think we're ready to begin transiting. We're now a day away from Pliska. Remind me, how many days is it going to take to get out of Pliska? 22 days to get to the jump point. So, that is almost an entire payment cycle. We did get the arm on the Rifleman, so that should be out of the bay. Nice. So now we can... Let's start here. Assign you to none for right now. We will take it off the TO and E, or it'll cause problems when we take it out of storage. It'll show up back up in the same unit, and if you're not expecting it and you're not aware of it, it could bump you over the weight limit. So we're going to mothball you. Loney can start on that. We're going to pull you out of storage. Hurst can do that. And I guess Chris is already maintaining it. So we can Archer 2R and Archer 2R. You're still hurt for another 9 days, but other than that, we are combat ready and we are at 265. So not ideal, but maybe once we get this Orion back up. Yeah, that was the plan originally. It is a shame about that Battle Master though. That was nice to have while it lasted. 12,000 on the Orion still. Mothballed the Rifleman, cool. 5 tons of armor have arrived, still refitting. I should have stopped on Monday and gone by weeks. I want to go by weeks starting on Mondays, because otherwise things will happen and you won't be able to react to them. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Personnel market, a green mechanic. I mean, we can't afford it now, so we might as well. We'll have more vehicles eventually. And then I don't want to make you a private because that's what my soldiers are. I guess green mech techs are also corporals in this game. Sure, we can do that. I guess that would make you a corporal as well. Excuse me. And with half an hour left in the stream, we haven't done anything but waste time so far. It is Monday, so we can just do a week. We did maintenance on the Wolverine. And we spent time transiting and refitting. The Wolverine, I see red. Center torso was a B, is a C. And all we got in return was some armor. Leg is down to a D. Leg actuator is down to a D. Yuck. Refitting, transiting, refitting, transiting. Davian forces attack Pinard. Okay, so we jumped to Connaught. Alright, let's see what we got here. Davian employed mercenaries have raided a supply depot on Pinard, owned by Vandenberg Mechanized Industries, VMI. During the raid, several civilians were killed as the Bottleneck forces assaulted the main complex. An announcement by Protector Calderon has stated that this raid and the recent increase in Davian forces along the border indicated that the Federated Commonwealth has already initiated a state of war between the two nations. Mercenary units along both sides of the border are warned that no official response from Davian media outlets or diplomatic decrees have verified this statement. Where is Pinard? Let's find out. Satisfy my curiosity. Okay, so this is down the Concordian space, which is, yeah, apparently there's a lot of stuff going on there in late 45. Personal market, we have a soldier with a mechanized tracked platoon. Movement of 3, auto rifles. We don't have any traditional infantry, we've just got field gunners. So do we want a platoon of mechanized tracked rifle guys? Yeah, I think that could be useful for like holding buildings and stuff. And so we are going to make you a Master Sergeant. And all of your dudes here are going to be privates. And you are not an Alpha Lance, non-field gunners. Do we need... No, I think what we're gonna do is we're going to just turn this into our rear echelon unit. And we're gonna add them to that. Just because it doesn't really make sense to me to have 4 subunits with only one unit in each one. So now we've got a rear echelon with our artillery and infantry. Still working on that Orion. Still transiting. Was there anything else? Oh, there's a button here for advance to Monday. That's handy. Oh. New technologies for aging industries. Working on the Orion, working on the Orion. Doodles performs maintenance on the Savannah Master. We finished the Orion finally. It's only taken us about 2 hours. Maintenance on the Thumper. Can we pull that up? Yes. Jumping to Callison. Maintenance on the Archer. Personnel, contract, unit market. Oh, this is all going to be over here because it happened on Monday. Alright. The Archer is getting pretty rough. The left leg is down to an E. The Thumper Artillery, on the whole, trending upwards, surprisingly, but it's machine guns. And the Savannah Master, no change. Interesting. Industrial mech manufacturing companies across the Innersphere are being upgraded with a recently developed form of mimer. This mimer allows for heavier loads to be transported as it increases the strength of the industrial mech exponentially. There are already massive orders for this new equipment, and stock prices for companies proven to be suppliers of the mimer have risen significantly. Several Solaris 7 stables are reportedly purchasing large quantities of this enhanced mimer. Since there are no current events for industrial mechs, one can only assume that they will be attempting to modify it for battle mechs. This must be industrial, what is it, quadruple strength mimer? Because I think triple strength is already a thing at this point. Personnel market, we've got an ultra green mech warrior. Is it even worth training you? Yeah, we're gonna need it sooner or later. Contract market, no. Unit market. Scorpions, galleons, attack helicopter. Doodles could actually work on that. It is 500,000 Seavils, which is a discount. And this one at least has an autocannon. Maybe we'll find a VTOL pilot. I think we're gonna wait until we've got a pilot before we start looking at that. Saladin for 10%. Oh, that's the black market though. We don't like the black market. They rip people off, especially when you're spending like every last bit of money you have. An LAM. It's out of our price range, but it's interesting. It is a 50-tonner rather than standard 45 tons for Phoenix Hawk. It's not terribly well armored, not terribly well armed, but it is a land air mech, and those can be interesting. Rocha, that's not going to be enough XP to do anything, is it? No. Private. Lieutenant. Our aerospace pilot, still not enough to level though. More privates, some corporals, master sergeant. Those are going to be all infantry and vehicle crews, which I'm less concerned with. Our account has been debited 122,000 Seavils, so maybe we actually underpaid our salary a little bit. I'm not sweating it though. I'm really not. It's not worth trying to figure out and make it perfectly right. We are 6 days from our start date. Let's see, we looked at the Archer, all that, okay. Down to 1.7 million. Thursday, Saturday and Sunday we have landed on Callison. We are required to have a lance in the training position. So we can go ahead. Sure. We'll have our most elite squad doing training. Because we haven't got mechs for a second lance to designate as a training lance. Now, before we advance to the next day, we're at 265 tons now. We have a 75 tonner just hanging out doing nothing. So we want to take a 60 tonner if we can and upgrade it to our 75. Well, I haven't got one. Just think about this. Let's go ahead and pull out the 2R. Okay, now we're at 270, so we're a little closer. And more importantly, we've got that autocannon 10 that the Orion is known for. Which, later versions of it, if I recall, upgrade that to a Gauss rifle, which is a lot of fun. We can go ahead and mothball this archer. Yeah, B, you can do that. Rifleman is in mothballs. Chris is doing all of our maintenance. Still don't have nearly enough spare parts. Do we need the autocannon prototype? Could sell that for 200,000. Lord knows we're not going to use it. Yeah, that was worth doing. I don't feel bad about that at all. So we've got our mechs, we've got our TO&E, we've got our personnel. Oh, that's why it looks funny. I like to have my people arranged a particular way, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get them that way sometimes. So we do have a couple of spare mech warriors who are sitting around doing nothing because, well, they're not worth much in the pilot seat. We've got our field gunners, we've got our infantry, our civilian master, and our thumper. We've got a battle value of almost 7,000. We've got a battle value of less than 1,000 and 700-ish. We're in training, so on Monday there might be a mission. There was no mission. So we're going to skip ahead. Literally nothing happened these days. We got maintenance on the Wolverine, and we've got a personnel market to check out. The Wolverine, surprisingly, is improving in quality overall. Slowly and gradually, but it is. Now we've got an aerospace pilot in a 100-ton Thunderbird. That's worth 6.5 million Seagulls. If he gets shot down, we would not be able to afford to replace that. So while it could be really handy to have around, I think I'm going to have to pass, which is a shame, because this green pilot is not going to be able to keep it airborne. He's going to get shut down. There are just too many piloting skill rolls for aerospace fighters. Every time you get shot, you make a piloting skill roll to stay in the air, and with a green pilot, he's just going to crash. I'm not trying to be out 6 million, even for 100-ton aerospace. So let's see what the next week brings. I've got 2 pilots but no tech. So we're gonna need you, because it's better than nothing. And technicians are corporals. And if things keep going like this, this is gonna be the easiest mission ever. We're almost a week from the end of the month, at which point we'll have a lot more money to play with. Morale is normal, so we should be getting missions. We're deployed. Doodles performs maintenance on the Savannah Master. Doodles performs maintenance on the Thumper. And there's a personnel market to check out. The Thumper is bad news. The Savannah Master is also bad news. And the personnel market. How many mechanics do we have right now? We have 2. One of them is only green. Yep, we could always use new techs. And you are gonna be a corporal, like all my other techs. Alright, let's check out the first of the month. Oh, maintenance on the Warhammer. Engine is down to a D. Sensors are down to a D. And the Archer Mark II. Oh, the leg is coming back from an E. Arm actuator coming back from a D. So that's not bad. Alright, free XP. Enemy morale is normal. We can hire a recruit. Let's not forget we have that option. We got here, just for the mechs and tanks, Galleon Vedette, Warrior Vedettes. These vehicles just look like crap. And only 2 mechs. Neither one of which I'm especially in love with. Or can we afford? Petra gained an XP, which, I mean, it's not enough to make a better pilot, but maybe a point of edge. Oh, you should actually have more edge than that, because the combat action award gives you a point of edge, and furthermore, you get a purple heart for a free XP, and where is it? Prisoner of War is worth an XP and an edge, so with the 1 from your XP, the 1 from the combat service, and 1 from POW, you now have 3 edge, which, let's go ahead and include hits, and through armor crits, because 3 edge should be enough to deal with that. We've got 4 edge, and all things checked. You've got 1 edge, and you're going to have to deal with any through armor crits. You have 1 edge, likewise. Okay. And you haven't seen combat yet, so you have no awards, no edge, no XP, and no skill. No. We also still get to hire a recruit, don't let me forget. Murdoch gained an XP. Chris gained an XP. Now we could save up for MekHQ, which is what I'm inclined to do. It's expensive. We're a quarter of the way there. Or we could buy Point of Edge now. That would save us from breaking some parts, maybe. And as a veteran, you're probably gonna break some parts sooner or later. So I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. You're still our best tech by far. Doodles gained an XP. Maurice gained an XP. Johanna, still nothing. It's just... Okay, I don't see anyone over 10. And 10 is pretty much the minimum to get anything. Y'all are all a bunch of privates. See, this is what having infantry does to your paperwork. Your account has been credited, we got paid, we paid people, we paid back the Federated Employees Union. And that will continue to be a thing until next October. In the meantime, yep. Let's just skip ahead to Monday. We've got a new personnel market, but no battles, no maintenance, no... Oh, you're worthless. You are worthless. Maintenance on the Wolverine, and the new personnel market, and armor, heat sink, engine. Of course, my guys can't maintain engines for diddly squat. And another regular mechanic. We're starting to feel kind of full up on mechanics. I mean, I don't want to fall too far behind on the mechanic front. So yeah, let's just go ahead. Just because. You are a corporal. You already have 5 XP. That was fortuitous. Are we gonna get through this whole contract with no missions? Flamer Foot Platoon, I think I've already made it clear how I feel about war crimes. To wit, only in emergencies. Rebel forces bloody DCMS. Rebel forces and their hired mercenary units have forced the Draconis Combine leadership to abandon the capital of Proserpina. While the rebels were successful, this does not mean that they have abandoned the planet altogether. Several military and police leaders that have been identified as participating in the Freedom March incident have been killed in the last few months in combat or during attacks on their places of work or residence. Oh my god. These people are pissed. The DCMS have reported that all members of the rebellion and their supporting mercenaries have been branded terrorists and that they will receive no quarter on their return to the capital. I don't think they're going to do that. Return to the capital, I mean. Sources inside the rebel camp have reached out during the fighting to indicate that the DCMS forces attempted to damage several buildings in the city, including the Hoto Memorial Hospital and the main water treatment facility. They indicated that the DCMS forces have also been responsible for targeting civilian vehicles and buildings under the guise of engaging rebel forces. There is still no official MRB announcement on the names or statuses of the mercenaries that are employed on Proserpina. And it's probably not even anyone I've heard of. But yeah, I've seen that. Nothing. Oh, we've got a mission. Alright, real quick. you might be ultra green, but that doesn't mean all your soldiers are, so we don't care about your skill. And that is AC 20 field gunners. It's only 2 in their short range, but that's a whopping 20 points of damage per. That's... yeah, we'll hire some more field gunners. You can be a Master Sergeant. Oh, thank you. And all of y'all are gonna be privates. And let's not forget to put y'all over here. And actually, I like to have these a little better organized, so I put you at the bottom, put you at the bottom, put you at the bottom. I guess this kind of stays at the bottom. So this is now an augmented lance. Cool. Well, speaking of which, you are a full lance once again. And you, yeah, you're still basically just a fire team. Maintenance on the Orion. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of green. That's more green than I'm used to seeing. Now let's check out this scenario. This is happening tomorrow. And this is us, Wasp, a Locust, and a Stinger, all of whom are subpar pilots, versus 14,000 points worth of enemies. We've got a Hunchback with a pretty decent shot at the wheel. We've got a Wolverine, pretty decent pilot, and a Spider, but you know, it's a Spider. This Clint has a gunnery of 1 that could be problematic. This Trebuchet, I know I said I wasn't wild about Trebuchets, but I do have respect for them, especially when you've got a 2-4 pilot. And a Wasp and a Stinger, and another Wasp, and another Trebuchet, and an Orion of their own. 1K, that's the one we've got. Yeah, that's the one we've got. So I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this mission tonight. I'm going to have to put it on hold, and I apologize. I know it's been pretty much 2 whole hours of nothing but spreadsheets and nothing happening. Next week, I guess, will be more interesting. Yeah, this is going to be, what is that, 4, 8, 12, 16. 4 lances on a little less than 2. We're the attacker, which means we have to get away. And, well, considering that only one of our units is faster than 4-6, there's not going to be so much getting away as it's going to be trying not to get shot down while we trundle along as quick as we can. Because, let me see here. The Hunchback is the same speed as us. The Clint, I think, is faster. The Vulcan is faster. The Trebuchet is faster. The Orion is slow. And by slow, I mean our speed. So yeah, we're gonna have a long and skinny map, and we're gonna be getting from one end to the other, and the whole way we're gonna be getting harried by all of these bugs and tanks and a Wolverine. decided to just throw me right into the deep end again. Kind of having flashbacks to that first mission. There's not going to be any way to deploy the field gunners except maybe from the far end of the map. Which, I mean, it's 1,000 points. I'll take any advantage I can get. And maybe we can get some artillery coverage. I don't know how much good it's going to do. Chase attackers today. Mariana's Lance has been deployed. So Animaster. Ugh. That engine is falling apart. Doodles, you're terrible. Is there... Would it be possible? I mean... We're going to be starting at the north, heading south. They're going to be starting at the north, chasing us. We're going to have a wasp, a stinger, and a locust that we need to keep alive. And the wasp and the locust are going to have trouble staying on their feet, and the stinger is going to have a hard time shooting anyone. That 3R doesn't have any guns anyways, I don't believe. It's what, a medium laser and 2 machine guns? Double check. I mean, it will not. So, I mean, I hate to leave it in this kind of situation, not having done any battles at all. Maybe I should have advanced all of this time off screen and jumped in at this point. We could have saved ourselves a week's worth of waiting for nothing to happen. But I guess RNG is not on our side this week. I mean, we could have had, well, we did have that one battle. We had that one-on-one battle that was like 5 minutes long where I just annihilated a rifleman with my elite pilot, which I don't feel bad about at all. We ended up with a rifleman, so that's cool. There was something else I wanted to do. I mean, I wouldn't mind converting this archer to have more heat sinks. Because, I mean, honestly, 10 heat sinks with 12 heat worth of missiles, I just like being able to shoot them every turn. The rifleman, we might eventually do something with to upscale its armor and heat sinks. The Orion, max armor. Not enough heat sinks, but so much ammo in that thing too. I feel like I was gonna do something else, like just a little tweak, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah, if I said something and you remember, feel free to message me. So yeah, this has been the Silent K signing off. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. We'll see you again next week when hopefully we won't lose half of our lance to all of these little dudes. Clint especially, I need to keep an eye on him. So, alright, and I think that about wraps us up for this week. So, thanks for watching, see you next week, and have a good one.